Hello, everybody. I'm RJ Sheedy, and welcome to The Beat, a news and informative talk program brought to you by the Center for Community Media here at Worcester State. We have a really exciting program for you. Today, we'll be chatting about the Jimmy Fun Dance Party happening March 24th at Fenway Park from 5 to 11 p.m. As you may know, the Jimmy Fund is an organization that raises money for adult and pediatric cancer research. They raise money exclusively for the Dana Farber Institute. Talk to us more about this organization and the upcoming dance party is Sarah Hunt, the Assistant Director of Special Events at the Dana Farber Cancer Institute. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us here on the program
thanks for
today.
having me.
I'm really happy to talk to you. So, like I said, you are the Assistant Director of Special Events at Dana Farber. How long have you been working with them for?
So I actually just started in September, so I'm pretty new.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm a newbie, still kind of learning the ropes and everything. But I was doing some political fundraising before that, and I ran away from that. So
That's a smart move.
I came into the good old nonprofit world and everything. So
And you're loving it, I'm guessing?
yes, it's a great organization. It's huge. Just in the development department, we have over 250 people, which is one of the largest that development departments. So out of most of the hospitals, but we really work with a lot of different hospitals in Boston. So we work with Brigham and Children's, MGH. So it's just a lot of different worlds that I'm learning, and it's a really great organization, though, to be a part of.
What do you think is so unique about the Dana Farber Center?
I mean, there's a lot of different things that I'd say are pretty unique. The biggest thing, though, is something that our previous president quoted was our special sauce. That's what he always liked to call it. But he kind of really thought that making sure that our focus on patients and patient care was more at a 50-50 percentage. So a lot of hospitals, you kind of go in, you get a checkup, and then you're out of there in about 15 minutes. So our hospital is very, very focused on more about the experience. So we had a whole faculty and patients and families come in and sit on this board, and they chatted about, what could make Dana Farber more of an experience rather than just an average hospital. So when they recently redid the Yaki Center, they actually put a lot of impact on what patients wanted. So the actual institute, you guys will have to come for a tour, but when you go in, it's all windows. So right off the bat, that's completely different than most of the hospitals that you go into. So you walk in and they have a huge grand piano playing music to kind of welcome you in there. We actually have valet parking because, as a patient, you don't want to deal with the stress and the hassle of parking. So you go in, you can easy parking. The check-in process and everything, they took that down by 15 minutes. So usually people come in, they know exactly where they're going. And then, when they're being treated, it's also more about the interactions of what does a patient want? What does their family want? It's not kind of saying this is what the doctor's ordering you. It's like, more of a collaboration and figuring out what's best for that patient. So I think that's what makes it so unique. That's what makes everybody always kind of come and support Dana Farber and the Jimmy Fund, is because that they all have had a really good experience, I guess, at Dana Farber.
Have you had the opportunity to meet any of the patients?
I have. We actually have a couple patients that are helping us out with our dance party. So every program that we have with the Jimmy Fund, we're lucky to kind of promote it within the hospital and to the patients, sorry. And so the patients are able to kind of say, oh, like, I'm a dancer, I would love to be a part of that. We have a couple other programs, I work on like a cheer program and stuff like that, so we have some cheerleaders that are patients as well, and they're able to participate in the way of kind of being like the token patient for that event. So I've met a couple, some amazing patients. Some of them are kind of at the tail end of their treatment. Some of them have already been out for a while, and some obviously are just kind of starting. So all at different stages, but they all have very, very unique stories to share, and I usually get really worked up.
Do they really appreciate the work that you guys are doing for them? I'm assuming they must love it, right?
Yeah, I think to be honest, I think it depends on the stage of where they're at. I think most of them are pretty happy to kind of be a part of it and learn more about what we're doing, especially from the fundraising side, because it is something that's, we're in a separate building from them. They don't really know that we exist except for these events. So I think it is something that they really do like to learn more about, and they enjoy kind of being a part, giving back almost, because they just went through something that might have saved their life or something. So yeah, they're pretty grateful for it.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people know about the Jimmy Fund. Me as a cashier at a grocery store, I've had to ask customers before to donate to you guys. How did the Jimmy Fund begin?
So it's actually a pretty unique story. And again, if you guys wanted to come in, there's a huge wall of the whole story kind of on display and everything. So you guys should definitely come on in.
We'd love to.
But yeah, it actually started back in about 1948 or so, a little after the hospital was founded and everything. It was pediatric cancer was pretty high back then. So a lot of patients that kind of had pediatric cancer, they didn't actually survive. So the survival rate was not very good. So there was one 12-year-old boy, Einar, I think that's how you say his name. I'm so bad at that. So I might have to check on that. But he actually, he was 12 years old and he had cancer. And, kind of to save his name a little bit, to not like promote it so much, because like I said, a lot of the patients didn't survive back then. They coded him as Jimmy. I don't know why they picked Jimmy. It was just kind of the name that they wanted. But he actually was a huge Boston Braves fan. And back then, the Red Sox, they weren't the team back then. It was the Braves.
Are they baseball?
I know, yes.
That's interesting.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
You don't know that? Ugh.
I don't know sports that well.
So yeah, it's a baseball team, and that was kind of like the token Boston team that he really, really loved, and he wanted to watch them, but unfortunately he was sick and he had to be in the hospital, so he wasn't actually able to go out there and watch the game. So he went on this radio program, and he was talking about it, and he was saying, all I really wish is that I could watch the Braves game, and I really, really want to, be able to see this. And so he unexpectedly, all of a sudden, started receiving all of this money, and it was all to buy a TV so that he could have it in his hospital room and be able to watch the game. And so from that point on, everybody kind of tokened it as the Jimmy Fund because it was after him. But that's actually our fundraising division almost. So we have Dana Farber Cancer Institute is the whole hospital, and then the Jimmy Fund is everything that involves any of the development or fundraising and everything like that. So yeah, so that's how it came from him.
Yeah, most people connect the Jimmy Fund with the Boston Red Sox.
Yes.
When did the Boston Red Sox become a part of the Jimmy Fund?
So shortly after that, I actually had to look this up because it was 1953. So that's when they officially became the partnership with the Red Sox, and it was all because of that. They kind of came in afterwards after the game, and they said, this is a perfect partnership. This is something that we want to be lasting with. And it's very, very strong, and it actually is where our dance party is being hosted is at Fenway Park. So they are a great partnership with us, and we have a lot of events that are at Fenway because of that.
So speaking of Fenway, you got another event coming up at Fenway soon, the dance party. Can you tell me more about this event?
Yeah. So the event, as you said, it's March 24th, so it's a Friday. It starts at 5 o'clock, and that's just for an hour of registration. So we have some teams that are already signed up. Worcester State actually already has a team signed up, so they're still looking for people to kind of get on their team, so you can go on there and join that team. Or you can come as an individual. So the night is filled for teams, individuals, whoever wants to come out and kind of raise awareness and money for cancer research and cancer care. At 6 o'clock, we then have AMP 103.3's radio's DJ Hectic is coming out, and he's going to start it off at 6 to 8:30. So we'll have a whole hour from 6 to 7 that's going to be more geared towards Spirit Hour. So this is our hour that we're really, really promoting more of student pride. So we have colleges coming from all over New England, and we want to see everybody's pride. You wear your T-shirts from, showing your university, and it's kind of a cool way that you can see all. We have over 25 schools that are going to be represented. So It's
That's
kind of
really great.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. You know, we have people from New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island, everywhere. So it's a little different. And then every hour is actually going to be a different theme. So 7 o'clock is our throwback hour. So it's going to be music all geared towards when you guys are growing up and all that great music that I'm sure you'll remember. And then at 8 o'clock, we actually have some of our patients coming in to kind of share their stories. And they're all dancers, so they have some choreography that they're going to be sharing with us. And then at 9 o'clock, we have a dance-off, so it's a whole dance competition that we're going to be doing. And then 10 o'clock is our power hour. It's a little different than, I think, what's known on for college campuses. But we have this company coming in called 305 Fitness, and they're going to be doing cardio fitness dance. So for 30 minutes, it's going to be some high-intensity dance. and then it's done at 11 o'clock. And then everybody can go home. Or you can go out in Boston.
That sounds really fun. Oh my God. Yeah. So who's helping you sponsor the event? Do you guys have sponsors?
Yeah, we do. Our major sponsor is actually Capital One. And then AMP 103.3 Radio is also there. And then Her Campus. And we also have a couple others, Coca-Cola and Aramark. So we have some really great sponsors that have helped to kind of put this on and make sure that it's going to be a success.
And are you excited for the event?
I am.
Are you going?
Of course I'm going.
Are you going to be dancing?
I'm leading it. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll probably be there
so
from the beginning of the day on Friday. So yeah, it should be a really good night. So we have a lot of good stuff that we're going to be doing, and a lot of great music, lots of prizes. We have so many prizes. Red Sox tickets, airline miles, so many like free swag things with like Athleta stuff and dry bar, mini lux, so many good prizes. So every hour, I think we're going to be hopefully giving out at least 3 prizes to people. So it's going to be a really good night. I'm really excited.
That's really fun. You seem really excited about this. You do.
How can you not be excited about dancing?
It's a dance party. Who's not ready for that?
I know.
Oh
I think you should actually show us your dance moves before we leave. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think we have any more time, Sarah. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This sounds like a really fun event. I hope a lot of kids
I hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, I hope a lot of kids take advantage of this. And thank you for joining us today here on The Beat, as always. We hope that you've learned something fun and informative with us today. Remember, the Jimmy Fun Dance Party is happening March 24th at Fenway Park. It's sure to be a memorable time for all who attend. And plus, if you like what you've seen from us here today, please consider liking the Center for Community Media on Facebook at facebook.com/WSU Media, and follow us on Twitter at MediaWSU. Reporting for The Beat, I'm RJ Sheedy. So long, everybody, and long story short, this is not my jacket.